Extended sale alert! Hooray! An extension offer to the ongoing London promotional fairs. You asked, we listened. Save over 600,000 naira on your London trip with Airpeace when you connect from our major domestic destinations to London at no extra cost and enjoy an exclusive extra baggage allowance. Economy class promo fares start from 1.2 million naira with an extra 23 kg baggage, while business class fares start from 4.5 million naira with an extra 32 kg baggage. Grab these special fares. Sale period extends till March 31st, 2025 and travel period valid till April 15th, 2025. Fly in style aboard our Boeing 777s with spacious seating and delightful meals. Book now at flyairpeace.com or download the Airpeace app from the Play Store or App Store. Airpeace, your peace is our goal.
Diary of one great week of sports. Abuja. Something big and exciting is happening in the city of Abuja. It is hard to tell if it is deliberate, accidental, or incidental. Whatever it is, there is an undercurrent of new development in sports. All one needs to confirm this is visit the MKO Abiola National Stadium during this period and observe what's going on there. Even the air is pregnant with new energy and infectious enthusiasm. Increasingly, more people are being attracted to the place despite its unfriendly location. The few international sports programs that have taken place in the complex in the past few months are clearly responsible for whatever is making the public to go there, particularly for recreational purposes these days. I was at the tennis courts the other day for a round of tennis. The over 20 tennis courts in the stadium were packed with young players, coaches, and social tennis players like me. There are several tennis academies there, all using the environment for the grooming of young talents. That's where I ran into a young 16-year-old girl who was hitting the ball so hard and so precisely that I was not surprised when on inquiry, I learned that she is Nigeria's current #1 female player. She was hitting the balls better than I had seen any other female player in all my over 40 years of observing Nigerian tennis. Kadirat Mohammed, I guess that's her name, is ripe and begging for exposure to the world now. Adjacent to the tennis courts are other sports facilities that are also attracting some public, particularly young athletes. The Idol swimming pool, the busy basketball courts, and the outdoor volleyball courts, the cricket grounds, they were all milling with people, and so on. In quick succession, the following have been the catalyst of this change. 1, a new National Sports Commission with its leadership located fully within the premises. They are undertaking some construction of some new facilities and are obviously brimming with new ideas. 2, the organization of the second African Military Games within the complex in February of 2025. 3, the organization of the ongoing African Women's Volleyball Club Championship. And 4, the start of construction work on a new FIFA-sponsored football project by the Nigeria Football Federation. So let me take you to Lokoja. This past week, far from the madding crowd, far from the hustle and bustle of Lagos, far from the daily struggles of survival in Abeokuta, I traveled to Abuja with a stopover in Lokoja to experience what I can best describe as a taste of paradise to come. Every day of the past 10 days has presented me with hope that the sports revolution is afoot. Within the mixed bag of programs, people, and places that I encountered, I have seen glimpses of a new dawn for sports in Nigeria within the MKO Abiola National Stadium Abuja complex. That stadium is going to be the epicenter of that development. It started with my visit to the Federal University Lokoja, where I delivered a public lecture that continues to generate substantial public interest. The emphasis of my presentation was not sport as a physical activity, but the wider dimension of its power to impact and influence development in virtually all other aspects of life. In short, I suggested that sport can influence development in the media, science and technology, education, business, climate change, environment, town planning, tourism, health, and so on and so forth. The best way to explain the issue is to take the World Cup of football, for example. It is the biggest single sports event in the world. Yet, think about it. The least activity in a World Cup project is the actual game itself. Let me repeat that. The least activity in a World Cup project is the actual game itself. The football matches that are played over a 1-month period. That's the least activity. The greater activity is, well, the 8 years of preparation, incomparable social, cultural, infrastructural, and economic development leading to the championship and impacting the stadia, the roads, the transport systems, hospitality facilities, security apparatus, medical facilities, merchandising and manufacturing activities, the media, travels and tours, entertainment, transformation of the host cities, power, water, job creation opportunities, and so on and so forth. An endless list of activities that can change the host country and create a new ecosystem. Sport has to be seen for its influence beyond the physical art of running or jumping or shooting. My paper has since stimulated study and inquiry, attracting interesting comments and reactions, and adding a new dimension to conversations on the subject. Meanwhile, the Vice Chancellor of FUL, Professor Olayemi Akinwumi, was a fantastic host. Academia has been nudged into looking deeper at sport as a veritable tool that can impact society beyond the pyrrhic hysteria of dividends counted in trophies and medals. I hope to collaborate with the university to take this conversation to the next level. The town of Lokoja was also a great experience for me. It is one of only 2 state capitals, the other is Kebbi, in Nigeria, that I have never visited. It turned out to be a memorable tour of a town with deep historic links to the birth of Nigeria, with an enchanting topography of surrounding dark hills, a confluence of 2 great rivers, and huge mountain ranges that ring the town. I intend to visit again very soon. Volleyball and Adewale Adeniyi. Then I went on to Abuja for an entire week of a volleyball festival between the best women's clubs in Africa. The championship was a great advertisement for the sport. The organization was superb for a minor sport that does not have the drawing power of football or basketball or even athletics. Yet it held its own and more. The mostly tall, beautiful girls may be additional draw. From opening ceremony through the matches, the championship demonstrated competence and a meticulous eye for small details. The officiating was first class. The razzmatazz around the 2 venues was great. The entertainment during the matches was good. The environment was clean and devoid of any form of hooliganism or disorder. The security was watertight, but unobtrusive. The two Nigerian clubs did not get far into the final rounds, but that did not diminish the entertainment, attendance, and the mood of celebration throughout. The presence of the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, at the opening ceremony, with her retinue of powerful women from around the country, added weight, color, and credibility to the event. Alhaji Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, the chief host of the championship and Comptroller General of Nigerian Customs Service, the owners of the volleyball club of the same name, as well as the Nigerian Volleyball Federation, deserve commendation for a good job. They have increased the tempo of this revival and promotion of volleyball again in Nigeria. Through this superb hosting effort, I envisage a revolution in volleyball in Africa. The visiting teams had a great time and expressed delight at the high standards of the facilities, the environment, the organization, and the matches themselves. Military Games and Christopher Musa. The effort put into hosting the event must have been spurred by the successful hosting of an earlier, much bigger continental event, the Second African Military Games a few months ago by the Nigerian military. That was the brainchild of the chief host, the Chief of Defense Staff of the Nigerian Armed Forces, General Christopher Musa. He drove the event to grand success. He undertook the impossible mission of renovating and reviving several dead facilities in the National Stadium and created a model for a gradual restoration of a most magnificent sports edifice in Africa. Monitoring but guiding mostly behind the scenes in this competition that serve as useful catalysts for the improvement of facilities in the stadium complex are the new bosses of the new National Sports Commission. During the week, I visited and had a conversation with the chairman, Alhaji Shehu Diko. His words were music to my ears. He shared his plans on the transformation of the complex into his dream sports city, a place that, when completed, will not sleep 24/7. He says work will start soon with general renovation of facilities for the next 2 years to complement what the military and the customs bosses have started. He's also going to address the issue that has bothered me as the most neglected and yet most essential for the elevation of football standards in the country above the present plateau. He plans to invite foreign tested contractors that handle some of the best football grounds in Europe to fix some major national stadia in Nigeria. It was sounding too good to be true. Yet, I saw the fire of determination in his eyes. He wants to make this happen before Nigeria's next World Cup qualifying matches in September. My experiences this week are enriched by other persons that I met. I visited the Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminent Alhaji Saad Abubakar. He was very happy to see me. I asked him if he misses sports. Yes, he says. He misses the stadiums and the big matches. Tradition would not allow him attend them. He can only watch polo and horse racing. He gave me a great souvenir. I'll hang it in my office. I promised him that when Air Peace starts to fly the Sokoto route, I will pay him more visits. Omoyele Sowore. I met Omoyele Sowore, a former presidential aspirant, former student leader, foremost social and political activist. He has been at several matches during the volleyball competition here. We met, but did not discuss anything. This Saturday morning, today, in the next few minutes, I shall be asking him about his interest and experiences in sports, little politics. Tony Akiotu. Then I also met my old friend and compatriot in the media, former group managing director of Dar Communication, Tony Anegbe Akiotu. I'd missed Tony and our crazy night outings in Abuja many years ago. I asked him about life in retirement. He asked me about my radio station. I narrated my horror story. His response jolted me. He would not advise his worst enemy to venture into the radio business in the present climate. I wish I had run to Tony for advice before I ventured into it. So without public power supply, it is almost impossible to succeed in the radio business outside Lagos. I even visited Aso Villa for the first time in a long while. It was a great experience that I will share sometime later. For now, all roads lead to the indoor sports hall of the MKO Abiola National Stadium this Sunday, tomorrow, April 13, 2025, for the final matches and closing ceremony of the 2025 African Women's Volleyball Club Championship.